Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Gala games whose current price stands at the $0.02538 mark, and here on TradingView the market is up by 1.32%. And in this video I want to give you the key scenarios that I expect to play out, and I want to start my analysis here on the daily chart. Here on the daily chart I want to kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening here on the Gala games chart. And from the low prices that we had been trading within, we saw a very nice impulsive movement to the upper side, taking us back to an all-time high at around the $0.84 mark. And after making it to an all-time high, we have been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC corrective movement. And here on the daily chart I can have my Elliot wave structure terming this impulsive movement taking us back to an all-time high as a first wave to the upper side. Then this corrective wave, that is this massive ABC corrective movement, we can term it as a higher Elliot wave count 2, making it low at around the $0.023 mark. And after making that low, I'm expecting a very nice bounce to the upper side in the next bull market, and then expect a wave 4 and then continue pushing higher in a wave 5. And in this movement to the upper side, we can sketch out a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of this wave 3, assuming that the low for this higher Elliot wave count 2 is in, and I can use the trend based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the first wave down there to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave, and that gives me a minimum target area to the upper side at the fib level 1.618, and that is at around the $1.36 mark, and that is the minimum that I would expect that bounce to the upper side in the formation of this higher Elliot wave count 3 here on the Gala games to do. And that is the long-term scenario that can play out here on the Gala games chart. And getting to the short-term scenarios that can play out, I'll be doing that here on the 1 hour chart. So jumping to the 1 hour chart for further analysis. Here on the 1 hour chart, you can see after losing the key area of support at around the $0.04 mark, we have been seeing this massive movement to the lower side, taking us back to around the $0.023 mark, which is the low for that higher Elliot wave count 2. And assuming that the low for that higher Elliot wave count 2 is in, we might have started that movement to the upper side in the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 3, which is an impulsive wave. And because of that, we also expect to see fractal waves in formation within that higher Elliot wave count 3 to the upper side. So after making our low down here, we have been seeing a very nice bounce to the upper side in a movement that has been obeying the Elliot wave structures. And if I draw my Elliot wave structure, we can have this as a wave 1 to the upper side. Then we have seen this corrective movement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 2. Then I'm expecting a wave 3, then a wave 4, and then continue pushing higher in a wave 5. And getting a little bit into the details of the formation of this Elliot wave structure that I have right here on this chart, you can see after making our high for that first wave, we have been seeing this corrective movement over here, even seeing an ABC corrective structure, having these as the wave A, then a wave B, then a wave C, making it low at around the $0.024 mark. And after seeing that movement to the lower side, there are chances that we might have seen the low for this Elliot wave count 2 over here. And using the Fibonacci is also to get to see whether it has retraced between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618. I can connect the Fibonacci's from the low of the first wave down there to the high of that wave 1, and that gives me a minimum retracement area between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618, which is a target area that we have fully maximized. We have retraced and even lost the fib level 0.618, but we managed to hold above the fib level 0.78 fib level, meaning this is a valid wave 2, and there are chances that we might have completed the formation of this Elliot wave count 2 over here in yellow, and we might have started this movement to the upper side in the formation of this higher Elliot wave count 3 to the upper side, which is an impulsive wave. And because of its impulsive nature, we also expect to see fractal waves in formation within that higher that is that wave 3 to the upper side. And once we see a wave 3, then we can expect a retracement in a wave 4, and then continue pushing higher in a wave 5 to complete that higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upper side, and giving you a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of this wave 3. I can use the Fibonacci's, that is the trend based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the first wave down there to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave, and that gives me a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of this wave 3 at the fib level 1.618, and that is at around the $0.028 mark. And that gives me the short-term scenarios that can play out here on the Gala games chart. There are chances that we might continue obeying this Elliot wave structure that I have right here, continue pushing higher, managed to break above the key areas of resistances that we have in between here and get back to around the $0.02848 mark, and in that movement then we can complete the formation of this wave 3, then expect a retracement in our wave 4 before we continue pushing higher in our wave 5. Also taking a look at the indicators to see what movements will be supported here on the RSI. On the RSI we are trading at around the 59 mark, meaning we have a bit of room for us to support any movements to the upper side in the formation of that wave 3 before we get into the overbought region. Also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD we have printed a bullish cross, and we are also seeing an increase in the buying momentum, and that would mean higher prices are coming our way. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.